Palm Pilot. All this money on my mind, I try to get that body, yeah, yeah. I got a grab dope, brand new white Rolls Royce and that match of toes. I was out flocking, I ain't have a choice, I ain't even had no clothes. I put my wrist inside the freezer, watch the paddock roll. Think about the time when we was 10, we was hopping fences. I was staying inside the trench. I keep it for you and you, I know the ops intentions. Back in Genesis, I was OT. She got a trees by my side, you don't want with her.
One of the most unique sculptures you'll ever see, the Fist of Joe Louis at Hart Plaza. We're coming to you from Detroit, Michigan. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from D.A. along the sideline all game long. D.A., take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you very much. What a great comeback story for Derrick Rose. His resilience over the years of injuries has been rewarded. He says everybody struggles. People pretend like they don't. My down days were on TV, so I couldn't hide. The whirlwind I was in, I always stayed calm. I think that's just part of who I am. It's my character. Kevin?
Good insight, Dave. Thank you. Two teams badly needing tonight. Some changes here for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Biombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Batum in for Rozier. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. John Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
And the Pistons with possession here, following the score by Charlotte. Knocks it loose. Fast break now for Charlotte. Here's Washington. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Down low, here's Dumboya. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
For Charlotte, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. And then Washington with the dunk.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the same.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now, here's Dumboya. Good, nice job down low. Dumboya's got his second basket.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
And you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Here's Galloway. No points in the game yet for him. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Graham. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Devontae Green. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense. And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to review it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Henson checked in for Detroit. McCray has come in for Langston Galloway. Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. 29 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Now Zeller. Stolen by Jumboya. One-on-one fast break. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
That free throw good from Brown. 15 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Bacon. Offensive rebound. Batum. And the layup falls.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Here's McCray. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Hornets lead by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for young players to acclimate themselves to the NBA.
You know, this game, it's a physical game, obviously, but, you know, a lot of it is mental. So, you know, just, you know, making sure you're thinking while you're out there is, you know, one of the big things for me. One of the things I've kind of learned since I've been in the league.
It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Batum is out there with Terry Rozier. Then it's Zeller. Then there's Miles Bridges. And it's Bacon in at the small forward. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. For the Pistons, rebuild has been a dirty word. With all their injuries last season, staying in the playoff picture was out of the cards. This summer, with their highest draft pick in a decade, Motor City is hoping it will be back in the fast lane soon. Guys?
Building up that talent base. Thank you, David. And the Pistons making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Now, here's Kennard. Guarded closely. 5 on the clock. Back to Griffin. Over Zeller. And shot by Griffin. No good.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Yep, that one goes in there.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside. And talk about playing small. Last year, Charlotte had Rozier and Devontae Graham on the floor together for much of the time. Both players right around 6'1". But you know what? They held their own.
Tony Snell's checked in for Detroit. Rose dishes to Snell. And stolen by Zeller. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And of course, Rozier played a fair amount of off guard before he came to Charlotte.
Getting back in Boston, he learned how to move without the ball, where to spot up. And those may have been hard lessons early on, but the development paid off. Rozier's become a much more versatile talent.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
Pistons trailed by 6. Rose passes to Griffin. Back to Rose. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
Derrick Rose against the defense surprised him a little bit with that floating jump shot.
The kick out to Rozier. Takes the 3. Hornets keep it alive. Pass to Bacon. Fires the 3. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Pistons have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
Bridges for 3. Poked away. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
Washington's checked in for Charlotte. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons. 4-point game. Here's Griffin. Got it. Good job in the low post. Griffin's got 6. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Here's Griffin. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
That's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
So for the Pistons, Makers checked in for Christian Wood, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Kennard. Devontae Graham's checked in for Charlotte. Has to be on both. From deep three-point range, offensive rebound. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
I mean, that's a good job working the ball inside and getting a quality shot.
Rose surveying the D. Passes it to Griffin. He kicks it to Snell. Outside Rose. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
Graham from outside. Hits it from 3-point range. Now it's a 7-point Charlotte lead. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Rose passes to Griffin. The pass to Galloway. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up on the elbow. The shot comes out. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. Here's Graham. And Griffin sends it back.
I love the defensive intensity from Blake Griffin on that play.
Rose, that's good. Charlotte calls timeout.
I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Charlotte making a switch here. Batum's checked in. We've got 1:18 left in the second quarter. Here's Washington, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
Galloway taking his time here. To the left wing. Here's Mikhailuk. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Charlotte leading by 5. Here's Washington. Here's Batum. Lays it up and banks it in. Batum's got his second bucket.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Here's Galloway. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Tips it. It's good on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And that's one way to end up in the highlights.
You know what we call this play? A dumb play all the way around, especially at this particular time.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's foul number 2 for him. "19 seconds left in the first half. To the inside, Henson, and John Henson with the slam.
He's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Good. Rozier's got 10 points.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hornets on top, up by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, how's it feel to be back on the floor again?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Good to see you back out here, Derek. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Kenny, at a bit of a crossroads are the Charlotte Hornets. They've had some talent over the years, but haven't been able to get over the hump.
Yeah, sometimes when you come to the fork in the road, you got to go straight. Yep, and it's hard for them to figure this out. You know, their draft record hasn't been a hit. Just letting you know, MJ got to get it right.
But if you get to the fork in the road and go straight,
Yeah.
aren't you going like off-road?
Yeah, you got to create your own path.
Sometimes
Sometimes you got to create your own path.
So
every time you go to a new system, you start over.
which fork do you take when you get to it?
I don't take a fork. I'm in my spaceship.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. This game, great performance by Terry Rozier.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. The forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Luke Kennard out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Wood in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Pass to Bridges. Fires from deep. Kennard with the rebound. Pistons trailed by 3. Outside Rose. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Charlotte shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Yep, that one goes. Rand's got 11 points.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
Inside, here's Griffin. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 7th assist in the game. Lets it fly. Misses off the left eye.
Decent look for mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
Charlotte leading by 3. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Blake Griffin had 2 more knee surgeries last season. Pistons coach Dwayne Casey said that the year before, they rode him like a cheap horse, in Casey's words, to make the playoffs. Griffin acknowledged his load may need managing down the road, saying, "I'm a believer in the science. I'm going to listen to them and let them lead the way." Guys?
Smart perspective. David, thank you.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Charlotte calls timeout. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done differently, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning the championship.
I can understand both of them.
Yes.
Charlotte making some changes. Zeller comes in for Biondo. And Dwayne Bacon subbed in for Terry Rozier. And the Hornets miss again. Pistons trail by 3. And the foul on Dwayne Bacon. That'll be his second foul of the game. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
And Detroit has possession. Rose with the ball. For the tie. He's off on that one. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Detroit. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Bring him against Rose. High, arcing shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Rose has got 6.
This is why Derrick Rose is considered one of the best at his position. He is not afraid of going down low.
Bridges shot, good.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
3-pointers, Snell, it's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got assist number 8 here in this one already.
And as he gets older, we've seen Derrick Rose coming out of his shell a bit more. Early in his career, he was wary of strangers and the media. Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answer each other from range.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. And growing up, Derrick Rose protected by his family from the dangers of Chicago. Then, Greg, after starting at the University of Memphis, he was drafted by his hometown Bulls.
Anointed a savior from day one. And you talk about a life under the microscope. Sports writers picking him apart, rabid fans wanting a piece. In a lot of ways, probably better for him not playing in Chicago. Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's Wood, and finished off by Wood.
You could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Pistons. Galloway kicks to McCray. Pass to Henson. Here's Mikhailuk. Back to Henson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. For Detroit, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Find the lane. One shot.
.158 left in the third. Here's Bridges. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Bridges has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Pass to Henson. And the pass to McCray. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
For Detroit, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting. So some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. For the Pistons, Dumboya comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Brown in for Langston Galloway. And then for Charlotte, Biyombo checks in for Bridges. And it's Rozier in for Devontae Green. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Hornets trail by 3. Rozier, the pass to Biyombo. Here's Bacon. The 3. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got 5 assists in the game.
You just can't afford to leave open shooters in this league. Everyone is practicing the 3.
And there's the call on Cody Zeller. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Detroit shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead.
Batum for 3. Charlotte with a new shot clock. And he gets it to go. And the Hornets lead by 1. Here's Brown. 55 seconds left to play here in the third. To McCray. Hornets with the rebound. Sellers got 6 rebounds here tonight. There's Bacon, and the shot is good. And it's a 3-point Hornets lead. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's McCray, defended by Batum. To the middle. Here's Brown. Pass to Biyombo. Launches it. No good on that one. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. This is it to Mikhailuk. Over in the corner, Brown. No one near Henson as he lets it go. Off target with the open look. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Hornets lead by 3. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Three tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Hornets leading by 3. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Rozier's out there with Batum, and it's Bacon in at the 3 slot. The pass to Maker. Henson trying to break free, and the basket by Maker.
Absorbing contact and finishing through it. Maker's been adding strength to his frame.
Bacon's shot is off, and the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That is his first foul of the game. Christian Woods checked in for Detroit. Tony Snell comes in for Jordan McRae. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Washington's checked in. Kennard against Batum. Now, here's Kennard. Defense right on him, and he comes up with the deuce.
There were a lot of ways he could have finished that one, but he decided to keep it classy with the finger roll.
Rozier the pass to Bacon. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Rozier against Rose. Over Rozier. And that one hits back iron. Charlotte leading by 3. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
That's just being out of sync and at the worst time. Costly.
The Pistons making a change here. Griffin's checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Bridges is checked in for Dwayne Bacon. Rose against Rozier. Wood kicks to Griffin. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Washington's got his 4th rebound in this one. For 3, Bridges. Rebound by the Pistons. They get a hand on it. And here's Kennard. To the paint. Here's Wood. Yes, that goes in.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
It's not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Here's Rose, and Rose throws it down. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 assists.
The same leaping skills from Derrick Rose on display. You got to watch out when he takes off.
Count it, good. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Now here's Rose, and there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Devontae Graham's checked in for Nicholas Batum. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Doubled by Bridges. Left side, Griffin. Biyombo with the block. Pass to Bridges. And that one, good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Pistons trailed by 3. Rose dishes to Snell. Pass to Wood. Passes to Griffin. Pocket 6. Over Washington. Detroit, no good that time either. Charlotte leading by 3. Here's Graham. And he overshot that one, missing.
It's a shot you would think he would make. He just doesn't make it all the time.
And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. Wood finds Rose. Outside Griffin. To the middle. And he pings it home with one hand.
Pony Snail coming through in the clutch. Beautiful.
Here's Biombo. It's pulled in by Wood. Wood's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Rose. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
The leadership role with Derrick Rose, taking the responsibility of a big possession right there. Put everything on his shoulders. He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
And that one, good.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
And the basket by Rozier.
A great sign of how confident Rozier is. He wants to be the leader, and you need your leader to come through with buckets like that.
Now here's Rose. Over to the wing. Here's Griffin, chipped away. Here's Graham. Another shot. And there's a nice way up inside by Bridges. Bridges got 10 points in just the second half. And so it's Rose bringing it up for Detroit, trailing by 2. The pass to Griffin. 1:11 left to play in the final quarter. That shot missing, and Charlotte will go the other way with it. William, the pass to Washington.
Big time basket, a big time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here's Griffin. To stop the run. And finished off by Griffin.
These are moments in the game where Blake needs to step up, and he did.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Good.
There's a fearlessness that Bridges brings to this team. He just welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're behind by 4. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Miles Bridges.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. Slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Dwayne Casey went over with his team. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game. Fellas?
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Devontae Green. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Hornets on defense now. They lead by 4. Rose and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Rose very good at shifting speeds, glides to the hoop, and creates fouls.
Shooting 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Derrick Rose, the former Memphis Tiger, has a great combination of speed and athleticism.
Rose hits them both.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
Rozier, it falls.
The more of those mid-range jumpers Rozier hits, the more the passing lanes will open up.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rose attacking. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
I will put him in the category as a clutch player. Derrick Rose delivers again.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Good eyes by the defense. Clearly, that's not where he wanted the pass to go, and he's frustrated.
He got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that moves the gap to 1.
You know, when healthy, Blake Griffin is still a force. He's an athletic, multifaceted big man.
Griffin hits them both.
Fantastic. One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Big time bucket there. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. Most important thing, no open threes.
Inside, here's Griffin.
He's been this way all evening. You can see it in Griffin's eyes. He has scoring on his mind.
And the Hornets call time here. The score not at 85. 5 seconds left in the fourth. Five seconds left to play here in the fourth. That's a 2 from Rozier. Oh, just going right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest.
Here we go.
And it's the Pistons to start out. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Washington and Zettler are in the middle. Dante Graham is out there with Rozier. And it's Bridges in at the 3. Washington is hauled in by Wood. Wood's got his 6th rebound on the night. There's Rose with the three. Zeller grabs the board. Charlotte trailing. Here's Washington. Charlotte no good that time either.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost had to take it.
Here's Rose. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got rebound number 8 now on the night. It's good.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
And it's Rose with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. Sticking on. Yes. It's Rose with the assist that time. Kennard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons. Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. A minute 50 left to play in the first overtime. As we saw, 4 quarters not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime.
It's a shot you would think he would make. He just doesn't make it all the time.
Got a piece of it. And Bridges with a clear path to the basket. A pull-up. But they'll get another chance.
Just love that he's banging down low. Let them use some more of the top.
Rose dishes to Griffin. Back to Rose. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
The heart from Rose didn't quit on the play, and his efforts are well rewarded.
Good shot.
Free throw. Good Rose.
Going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. Kennard finds Rose. Lays it up off the glass. And now an 8-point Piston lead.
It doesn't matter if the defense is hanging all over Derrick Rose. He is still draining shots in their grill.
Shot by Zeller, no good.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. They have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Rose throws it down.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Pistons.
You're right, not much time left. You know, they couldn't put him away in regulation, but after what we've seen here, a superb performance in overtime, they're managing to get the job done.
Yeah, just an amazing game, and ultimately they were able to just pull away there at the end.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Rose.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Hornets with the rebound. They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It might be. Here's Snell.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
Shooting for Detroit. Charlotte calls timeout. They trail by 8. 9 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 9.
Even though Tony Snell is an efficient shooter, he's never finished a season scoring in double figures.
And so Snell nails both of them.
Big moment at the line. As poised as you get, this thing is done.
On its way from Monk for 2. And he misses his first shot of the game.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
Well, a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you next time.